There are certain television shows that attract such a rabid, engaged audience that it is impossible for viewers not to develop theories and speculation concerning the characters and plot lines. Sometimes a show only becomes more interesting when reading between the lines and not simply observing it at face value. Here are 10 TV fan theories that make way too much sense. If you enjoy our list, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the Screen Rant channel.
Mrs. Simpson, I'm afraid your husband is dead.
The Simpsons. The Simpsons has been a mainstay on Fox since 1989, with no sign of slowing down or diminishing in quality. There are plenty of fan theories derived from nearly 3 decades of material. One of the most fascinating ones revolves around Homer being in a coma since 1993. In the episode So It's Come to This, a Simpsons clip show, Homer falls into a coma after being crushed by a vending machine. Fans speculate that Homer never actually woke up from his coma, and that the episodes that followed were all in his mind. Before Homer became comatose, the episodes were based in reality, whereas after the coma, the episodes became outlandish and silly. This also explains why none of the characters have aged in the last 20+ years.
Mom?
Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Buffy the Vampire Slayer has ignited many theories from loyal and dedicated fans of the Joss Whedon series. One of the more depressing theories is the reason why Buffy's mom, Joyce, develops a brain tumor that ultimately kills her. In season 5, Buffy gets a younger sister, Dawn. This wasn't a case of the series jumping the shark with a random new sibling. Dawn was created by monks, and she was not human, but rather the key to other dimensions. The monks had to alter the memory of Buffy's friends and family to believe Dawn had been there the entire time. What if this brain manipulation was too much for Joyce and caused a tumor? Buffy is a slayer and can take it. Her friends have less memories to stuff in their mind, but Joyce would have had memories since Dawn's birth, as well as being pregnant with her. Was it just too much for poor Joyce?
Mothers, lock up your daughters. Daughters, lock up your milswankas.
How I Met Your Mother. For 9 seasons, How I Met Your Mother sparked many conversations among fans trying to figure out exactly who the mother could be. An exhaustively long tale told to his 2 children included so many misleads that the identity of the mother became a true mystery. It is another fan theory that makes this list, however, one in which Barney's playbook is actually Ted's playbook. The playbook, which showed a variety of over-the-top ways to court a woman, may seem like something Barney would write. However, the version of Barney we see is told by the unreliable narrator Ted, and could just be a way to avoid telling his kids that he was the real womanizer. The playbook being adorned with calligraphy, a skill Ted is proud to practice, makes it even more likely that it is the work of Ted and not Barney.
This place gives me the juice bumps.
Rugrats. Rugrats holds a special place in the hearts of many millennials, as it was one of the first Nickelodeon original animated series, debuting in 1991. The show, which features the daily adventures of a group of infants and toddlers, may seem harmless, but the fan theory is downright morbid. The theory claims that Angelica is the only real character, and that everyone else is a figment of her imagination. Chucky died along with his mother, the twins were aborted, and Tommy was a stillborn. This explains why Tommy's father is always making toys frantically, and why Chucky's father is always so anxious. The fathers just can't seem to accept what has happened. It's a dark take on a kids show, but it isn't completely impossible.
How much time before she absolutely has to start getting ready?
1 hour.
Give me 2.
Friends. For 10 seasons, fans watched 6 New Yorker pals fall in love, break up, have children, divorce, all in an unrealistic world of an affordable Manhattan apartment. While Friends only occasionally delved into the difficult times of adulthood, one fan theory claims there was something serious happening without much discussion, which was Ross losing custody of his son, Ben. The theory stems from the fact that Ben practically disappears from Ross's life after season 8. Ben does not appear for the remaining 2.5 seasons of the series. He is mentioned casually only a few times, and Ben never meets his half-sister Emma. When considering how insane Ross became in the later seasons, it makes perfect sense that Carol would seek out sole custody of their son. Ross dated his student, hit on his cousin, became weirdly possessive of Rachel, and judgmental over most of his friends' life decisions. And he lost his temper at work over a leftover sandwich.
My brother's stash. Crystal, X, don't need that.
Breaking Bad. For 5 seasons, audiences watched high school chemistry teacher Walter White go from family man to the biggest and most dangerous drug dealer around. Breaking Bad itself is filled to the brim with interlaced stories, character development, and recurring themes. But fans have speculated that Breaking Bad is also a sequel to Malcolm in the Middle, and a prequel to The Walking Dead. While the Malcolm in the Middle connection is more humorous than anything else, the Walking Dead connection holds a lot more weight. Fans have claimed that Heisenberg's drugs caused the zombie outbreak. In season 2 of The Walking Dead, Daryl talks about his brother scoring drugs that are suspiciously similar to Heisenberg's signature blue sky. That, along with the description of the dealer sounding an awful lot like Jesse Pinkman, makes this fan theory pretty likely.
Still a soldier. Man of honor in a den of thieves.
Firefly. Firefly is one of the most beloved and brilliant but unfortunately cancelled television shows ever. The show, which follows a gang of space cowboys, only aired 11 of its 14 episodes before being axed. The fan theory behind Firefly concerns the real reason that it was cancelled. While the Fox network claimed poor ratings, fans believe it was the government who wanted the show removed. The series aired in 2002 when the Bush administration was attempting to get everyone behind the Iraq War, which made a show about intelligent and resourceful outlaws who fought for civil rights and peace to be a conflict of interest. The theory makes some sense considering how enthusiastic the Firefly fan base is today, but this could be a case of viewers not realizing a show's brilliance until it was too late.
You think I went overboard?
Like the crew of the Titanic.
Saved by the Bell. The gang from Saved by the Bell seemed like the coolest high school students ever, with their covetable 90s wardrobe, close friendships, and a principal who seemed obsessed with them. It all seemed a bit too good to be true, which is exactly why many fans speculated that it was all in the mind of Zach Morris. For those who watched the show when it was called Good Morning Miss Bliss, you may remember that Zach wasn't cool. He was just an average awkward kid going to junior high in Indiana. When the show was renamed, it was set in Malibu, and Zach was suddenly a facsimile of Ferris Bueller. Lisa, Screech, and Mr. Belding also returned, but the gang was rounded out with Jesse, Kelly, and Slater, all of whom were much cooler than the friends he had in Indiana. The fan explanation makes a lot of sense, especially if you consider the wacky events that occurred on the show to be in the mind of an Indiana teen who wishes he had a much more interesting life.
These are silent killers.
You are the silent killer.
The Office. In season 6 of The Office, Toby Flenderson, the sad sap of human resources, is thrilled to be on the jury of the Scranton Strangler. However, fans suspect that it was Toby who was the real Scranton Strangler all along. The reason being that Toby's life was going nowhere, and everyone treated him so poorly that he finally snapped. It wasn't until he returned to Pennsylvania after having a go living in Costa Rica when the Strangler appeared. In the 9th season, Toby admits that he sent the wrong man to prison, and the man accused of being the Strangler attempts to strangle Toby when he goes to visit. Was Toby's guilt for imprisoning an innocent man because he was the real Scranton Strangler?
I woke up today in the hospital.
The Walking Dead. Ever since The Walking Dead exploded onto AMC in 2010, there has been a fervent following, eliciting countless fan theories and speculations. One theory that never seems to die is that Rick is immune to the zombie-causing disease that has affected those around him. The origins for this theory come from the first episode, in which Rick wakes up in a hospital after being in a coma. While he was in this coma, his brain had limited activity, resulting in the disease not affecting him. Why this makes him completely immune throughout the show remains unclear. There is an additional theory that states that Rick has been a zombie the entire time, and his waking up from a coma was him waking from the dead. He is fortunate enough not to experience any of the terrible symptoms associated with zombies, such as the need to eat human brains. While it is unlikely, that theory may be onto something. What do you think of our list? What are your favorite TV fan theories? Leave yours in the comments below, and don't forget to like our list and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching.